at work, or in rehab, listen to WCTR.
We'll be right back after this.
War on Terror, the weather, and sports. Weasel News.
You're a man, so the world is on your shoulders. Stress. Something genetic inside you wants to kill things and then mate with them. Hi, I'm Jeremy St. Ives. Maybe you know me from the men's room with Baz and Jeremy. I'm gonna show all of you men out there a calmer, more loving path. At Male Aromatherapy Incorporated, we have the scents that will help men relax and travel to their childhood. Inhale deep and revisit that first summer romance under the bleachers with a cheerleader, or in a tent with your scoutmaster. Mix and match scents such as chamomile shower, jasmine, Spanish donkey, college pansies, tea tree tea bag, unspoken gay longing, mother's love, your aunt's breasts, and much, much more. Male Aromatherapy Incorporated. Inhale, exhale, repeat. You're metrosexual now.
Weasel News.
A slur has the city outraged. The controversy Deputy Mayor Dawkins caused with his homophobic rant recently is refusing to die down, as civil rights groups are demanding his resignation or impeachment. Mr. Dawkins tried to link Liberty City's gay community to terrorism. Dawkins himself has now said his comments were misconstrued and misquoted, and in a statement commented, "I like gay people. Some of my best friends are gay. I just don't want to know about it. Can't we all get back to the important matter of fighting terrorism by any means possible?" The controversy continues.
After heavy lobbying, the action group Border Agents Love Land Security helped push through a new border security bill that gives agents greater powers to catch, detain, and execute illegal immigrants. Wealthy legislators expressed alarm at the plan, saying the best way to stop illegal immigration is to pay all Americans $3 an hour, abolish the minimum wage, and health care benefits.
A new report by a neoconservative think tank says that Europe is still underperforming. Riddled with binge drinkers who cripple their economy with 4 to 6 weeks of vacation a year, the continent has become so bogged down in social services that the American dollar is hardly worth anything across the European Union. Experts say if the continent plans on competing globally, they will need to begin slashing social services and taxes. I'm Jim Harrison, Weasel News.
This is Weasel News. Weasel News.
No city in America has felt the painful effects of the war on terror like Liberty City.
I'm scared to go out in the street. I'm scared to go on the subway. You never know where they're going to strike next. Sometimes I even get scared on the toilet. Weasel News always has those sounds that scare the shit out of me. Ah, there's one again. I don't do that.
Government intelligence sources who happen to own stock in defense contracting companies believe that 9 in 10 terrorists find Liberty City the most desirable target in the country. Watch out, people. Outside a methadone clinic in Port Tudor, Mike Whiteley, Weasel News.
In Armageddon news, Liberty City is as hot as balls at the equator, but some residents just aren't buying that it's global warming.
These scientists are a bunch of show-offs and liars. What the fuck do they know? Oh, look, I have a white lab coat. I went to science class. It was bullshit. I was bored. These scientists should try working for a living. I wish I could get paid to sit in a lab and make shit up.
Meanwhile, a corpse has been found by the river in North Algonquin, and like a couple of other recent murder victims, the corpse has been beheaded and desecrated, prompting some cops to think the unthinkable. We may have a serial killer on the loose in Liberty City for the first time in years. Although detectives appealed for calm and said nothing is clear yet, they are requesting joggers and late-night walkers to be especially careful. We will stay with the story and try to get people really hysterical. This is Weasel News.
This is Weasel News.
And now for something completely different.
I've never seen electricity, that's why I don't pay for it. I write right on the bill, I'm sorry, I haven't seen it all month. For a while I didn't have a car, I had a helicopter. They had nowhere to park it, so I said just tie a rope to it and leave it running. There's a pizza place near where I live that only sells slices. You go there and you see the guy throwing up little triangles. Today I was... No, that wasn't me. Yesterday I saw a subliminal advertising executive just for a second. I'm writing a book, I have the page numbers done, now I just have to fill in the rest. I wrote a song too, but I can't read music, so I don't know what it is. Sometimes I turn the radio on, I say I think I might have written that. I've written several children's books, not on purpose. Whenever I'm around a little baby, I always write down the noises he's making so that years later I can ask him what he meant. First time I ever read the dictionary, I thought it was a poem about everything. I'm learning how to play the harmonica, but the only way I can play it is to drive 100 miles an hour, put the harmonica in my hand, stick my hand out the window. I've been arrested 3 times for practicing. Last time I tried to commit suicide was about an hour ago. I was down the street on the roof of this very tall building. I leaped off the edge and accidentally did a triple backflip, landed standing on my feet. Nobody saw us but 2 little kittens. One of them said to the other one, "See, that's how you do that." A while ago I had no electricity in my house. I had no lights. I couldn't see what I was doing. Good thing my camera had a flash. It's going all around my house like this. Wanted to make a sandwich. I took 60 pictures of my kitchen. The neighbors called the police. I thought there was lightning in my house. My house is made out of balsa wood. No one's home across the street except for little kids that come out and they lift my house up over my head. Tell them to stay out of my yard or I'll throw it at them. I put tape on the mirrors in my house so I won't accidentally walk through into another dimension. I have one of those old-fashioned type sinks, so there's one faucet for the hot water and one for the cold water. The shower is like that too. I have to keep running back and forth. I put instant coffee into a microwave oven. I almost went back in time. I put a new engine in my car, but didn't take the other one out. Now I can go 500 miles an hour. The harmonica sounds amazing. I took the headlights off and I put the strobe lights on. So when I drive at night, it looks like I'm the only one that's moving. I like my dental hygienist. I think she's very pretty. So whenever I go to have my teeth cleaned while I'm in the waiting room, I eat an entire box of Oreo cookies. Sometimes I have to cancel all the rest of the appointments. One night I couldn't sleep, so I got up. Then I got hungry, so I went down to the store that I know is open 24 hours. When I got down there was a guy outside locking it up. He said, "Sorry, we closed." I said, "What do you mean you closed? The sign says open 24 hours. He said, "Not in a row." Well, you can't have everything. Where would you put it? The other day I got on an elevator and this old guy got on with me. I was over near the buttons. I pushed number 4 and I said, "Where you going?" He said, "Phoenix." So I pushed Phoenix. Doors opened, 2 tumbleweeds blew on. We stepped off, we were in downtown Phoenix. I said, "You know, you're the kind of guy I'd really like to hang around with." He said, "Well, I'm going out to the desert. You want to go?" I said, "Sure." So we hopped in his car and started driving out to the desert. He told me he spent most of his life working on a research project for the government, trying to find out who financed the pyramids. He worked on it 30 years and they paid him an incredible amount of money. He told him he was pretty sure it was a guy named Eddie. We get out to his house, 500 miles in the middle of the desert. The phone rings. He says, "You get it." So I went over and I picked it up. The man said, "Stephen Wright?" I said, "Yes." He said, "This is Mr. Haynes, your student loan director from your bank." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're 62 bank payments behind. Found out today from the institute you attended that they received none of the $17,000 we loaned you. We'd really like to know what you did with it." I said, "Well, Mr. Haynes, I'm not going to lie to you. I gave the money to my friend Jiggs Casey, and he built a nuclear weapon with it. I'd really appreciate it if you wouldn't call me anymore." I have several hobbies which I enjoy to the fullest. I have a large seashell collection which I keep scattered on the beaches all over the world. Maybe you've seen it. I also collect rare photographs. I have 2 very rare photographs. One is a picture of Houdini locking his keys in his car. The other was a rare photograph of Norman Rockwell beating up a child. Friday I was in a bookstore. I started talking to this very French-looking girl. She was a bilingual illiterate. She couldn't read in 2 different languages. Left the store and I went down the street to my bus. My bus came and I got on. Started walking toward the back. Sat down beside this beautiful blonde Chinese girl. I said hello and she said hello. I said, "Isn't it an amazing day?" She said, "Yes, it is, I guess." I said, "What do you mean, you guess?" She said, "Well, things haven't been going too well for me lately." I said, "Like what?" She said, "I can't tell you. I don't even know you." And I said, "Yeah, but sometimes it's good to tell your problems to an absolute total stranger on a bus." She said, "Well, I've just come back from my analyst and he's still unable to help me." And I said, "What's the problem?" She paused and said, "I'm a nymphomaniac and I only get turned on by Jewish cowboys." Then she said, "By the way, my name's Diane." And I said, "Hello, Diane. I'm Bucky Goldstein."
I'm a brain surgeon. The monotony can really get to you. But thanks to overzealous laws, I can't light up a cigarette or do shots to relax my nerves. With the Alcatine patch, it really lightens the mood, especially after an unfortunate patient death.
The Alcatine patch is the same refreshing feeling of 12 beers and a pack of cigarettes all at once. And now when you crash your sports car through the front door of a fast food restaurant, you'll pass a breathalyzer. The Alcatine patch. It's half alcohol, half nicotine, delivered transdermally and discreetly so you feel relaxed and refreshed. Pick up the Alcatine patch at your local pharmacy today.